सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Sorry. नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यानस्मद्गुरुं सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। यत्साक्षात् सच्चिदानन्दं प्रत्यगद्वयमद्क्रियं तन्नमामि नृसिंहस्य योगिगम्यं परं पदम्. Just a note here. Somebody asked me, generally in Arsha Vidya Gurukula or elsewhere in the south also, you hear Padma Bhuvam, not Padma Bhavam. So Narayan Padma Bhavam as well as Padma Bhuvam. So Kailash Sampradaya is Kailash Ashram Rishikesh, they have Padma Bhavam. And Padma Bhavam, Padma Bhuvam both are okay. So Bhava here is a separate pada here, Padma and Bhava. If you have Padma Bhuvam, then the Pratipadika would be Padma Bhu. Just discussing with someone else yesterday. So Padma Bhu, this is in second case anyway. So Padma Bhu would be an Upapada Tatpurusha, where here is Padma Bhavam, this is a Panchami Tatpurusha. So that's how it will work. Bhava is a separate Shabda here. There it would be Padma Bhu, and then the second case would become Padma Bhuvam. Both are okay. So what else? I had to clarify something. Not here. Yeah, this book. Chat. Here. For some reason, the page was reset. Where were we? Yeah. So here. Dukkhasya cha. I think we did the first vakya. Okay. So we did the first vakya. Abrahmastamba paryantaihi ityadina prakaranamidam arabhyate ityentena granthena. So the sandarbha is what now? You have to justify the grantha as having anubandha chatushtaya. So that is the justification. If you prove that there is adhikari adi, adhikari, vishaya, phala, meaning prayojana and sambandha, then the things are in order for you to make an arambha of the grantha. So here he says, Vyakyatum ishta, all right, but does it have an adhikari, etc.? So all this is being established by Abrahma Stamba Paryanti. And then we saw in the Mula Abrahma Stamba Paryanti till here Sarasata eva. So pravritti in taking away dukkha, because dukkha is not desirable for anyone. Everyone wants to do tyaga. So jihasitatvat. For every jiva, dukkha is to be done away with. And for that, since the not wanting dukkha, that kind of an attitude or whatever, dukkha is, nobody even questions this. So, but the analysis has to be done. Philosophically, we have to analyze here because this is root cause analysis. What is the thing that troubles you most? And what is it that will give you happiness? So that is the pursuit. So moksha is Ananda Swarupa. And samsara is dukkha swarupa. This is the general understanding. So now, what is it that will make this journey possible for one to go from dukkha to sukha? And that to atyantika sukha. Atyantika sukha and dukkha nivritti should be atyantika and niratishay sukha. Instead of saying atyantika sukha, atyantika dukkha nivritti and sukha, what kind of a sukha? Sukha which is atishaya nasti. There is no atishaya of that sukha. So Niratishaya Sukha. So how do you make this journey? So you have to do some root cause analysis as to what is it that has led to this samsara. So that is what is being done in the Mula. As to dukkha, everyone wants to do away with, which is swarasata, meaning swabhavika. So tan nivrityartha pravrutti swarasata eva asti. That pravrutti is also obviously to remove the dukkha is also automatically there, swabhavika. Now, in krama, so what made this dukkha? What brought this dukkha? That is going to be analyzed. Before this, the tika. So tika had introduced this. Abrahmastamba paryantehi ityadina prakaranam idam arabhyate ityantena granthena. So the entire section, which is the Upodghata or introductory text in the Mula. Tatra adhikaranam upapadayati. So adhikari, who is the adhikari first in the Anubandha Chatushtaya? Tan nivrityartha. Tan nivrityartha pravrittirasti swarasata eva ityantena granthena. So this entire sentence, first sentence, establishes the adhikari. How so? He says, everyone or anyone who wants to do away with dukkha is the adhikari. And abrahmastamba paryantehi. Entire range of jivas are adhikari for dukkha nivritti at least. And that is one aspect of moksha. So how can you say there is no adhikari for this particular grantha, because this grantha is focused towards the prayojana of moksha, which is ananda swarupa, atyandika dukkha nivritti also. Then dukkha nivritti everyone wants, then how can you say in that aspect there is no adhikari? Prima facie. Of course, we saw technically adhikari is one who pursues this and he is going to get the phala. That is the real adhikari. But dukkha nivritti everyone wants, and this is focused towards dukkha nivritti, this grantha, towards revealing the swarupa of moksha, lead you there, which is having dukkha nivritti. And everyone wants it. Therefore, it establishes adhikari also, that the adhikaris are possible, at least sambhavana you should agree. Then there can be additional qualifications, but at least this is what you're objecting to. There is no adhikari. Their entire range of jivas are wanting dukkha nivritti, and anyone among them can be an adhikari. This is a basic prima facie statement. Later he says abrahmachata. Now he's analyzing samasa. Abrahmachate stamba paryantaha cha iti. So this karmadharya. Generally this what shows arambha, asamantat, so beginning from brahma and ending with stamba. So these are usually what? Two separate samasas put together in karmadharya. So abrahmachate stamba paryantaha karmadharya. Then abrahma and stamba paryanta has to be analyzed separately. So that is the samasa iti abrahma stamba paryantaha, beginning with chaturmukha brahma, ending with the blade of grass, which is a jiva again. Taihi chaturmukha prabrutibihi, beginning with what? The Brahma, etc. Prabrutivi, etc. Adi. So beginning with chaturmukha Brahma, taihi what? Chaturmukha prabrutibi stamba avasanaihi, ending with stamba, ending with the blade of grass. By them, pranibihi iti yavat. Pranibihi. So what was said here in the Mula, sarva pranibihi. Abrahma stamba paryantehi, they are the prani, sarva pranibihi. Sarva pranibihi. So sarva pranibihi ityartha. So this is the iti stamba vasana pranibihi iti yavat. Iti yavat means iti artha. This is the meaning. And sarva prakarasya dukkhasya. Dukkha has been qualified with a visheshana sarva prakarasya. Prakara, all types of dukkha. So sarva prakarasya, what kind of dukkha? Adhyatmikadi bheda bhinnasya. Dukkhasya. Dukkha, which are categorized as what? Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika. These are the three divisions that we make in dukkha, which cover the entire range. And that is why we do Shanti thrice. For each type of dukkha, one Shanti. So Shanti, Shanti, Shanti in all the Shanti mantras. So there is a tippana here. Before that, we'll just finish the sentence. सर्वप्रकारस्य आध्यात्मिकादि भेदभिन्नस्य स्वरसत एव. स्वरसत एव is from मूल. स्वरसत एव meaning what? स्वभावत एव. Naturally. There is a tendency, natural tendency to do away with dukkha. And antarena api shastra adya sanskaram iti yavat. So no shastra. Shastra adya sanskara means shastra utpanna. Shastra does not tell you do away with dukkha. Dukkha is not desirable to you, so you should do something. You should deploy some means to do away with dukkha. No shastra need to tell you that. That is the meaning of what? Swabhavata eva. Even if someone doesn't tell you, even a newborn child knows that I don't want dukkha. Shastra has no play there. That is not the area of Shastra at all. What you naturally know, what you can know from other means of knowledge, Shastra is not pramana there. In fact, this is a very important point which is amiss. That you are a samsari jiva, separate from another jiva or this world or Paramatma. This is something that you already know. Even the Nastika who does not believe that somebody, some Ishvara created this world, even he would say that's, it has come together or somebody has put it together, whoever it is, whatever it is. Parmanus have come together, or scientists will say, Big Bang, whatever. But I am not the creator of that Big Bang. This is clear. Nobody has that kind of confusion in the mind that I am the Jagat Karta. Nobody thinks that I am Jagat Karta. Everyone knows. I am different from another person. That is why I like or dislike a person, because I think that I am different from someone else. Similarly, Vishaya, some other object also, need not be a person, any other object also. I like or dislike it because I see it as separate from myself. I don't have like or dislike towards me really. I may have, I may have scope for improvement. I may think, I need, this is something that I don't like about myself, but there is scope. But I don't hate myself for that. I live with it. But people don't want to live with others where there is dislike. Why? Because they already know it is someone else. Nobody needs to teach you that. So if Shastra also tells you that you are different from that Ishvara, from this world, from the others, then that is not the Tatparya Vishaya. It is not the focus of the Shastra. It is not Pramana in that area at all, because you already know, or you can know from some other source. So what is actually the Pramana area of the Shastra? Advaita. In Vedanta, in Karmakanda, there is a lot. Swarga we don't know. Swarga is known through Shastra. Ishvara is known through Shastra. Swarga is known through Shastra. And what is your Swarupa, Advitiyatva, that is also known through Shastra also. That is the aspect where Shastra is Pramana. This is a fact. If anyone analyzes this, one will land neutrally also. You don't have to be an Advaitin to understand this. That is why anyone says that, okay, this is, we are Astikas and we say it this way. Or I believe that, there are many acharyas who have taught it differently. You ask this question. Did you not know that earlier? Did you not know that you are separate from Ishvara? If you did not know, then Shastra is Pramana. But many other than you already knew, and you are only lying that you didn't know. You already know that you are different from Jagat Karta. So in that area, Shastra is not Pramana. Anyway, that is an aside. Here, Swarasata eva. So if it is on Swarasata eva, we took a detour as to Swabhavata, what you know, Shastra need not tell you that. So Shastra does not give you some sanskara saying that, oh, this is what you have to do to, you have to take away dukkha. That is already known to you. So idam atra tatparyam. What is tatparya here? Why does he see all this? So yadyapi dukkham atitam, we have to look at the tippana. So tippana just gives what is this, bheda bhinna. So here bheda bhinna word has been used. So there are three. Adhyatmikadi bhedaihi bhinnaha. Bhedaihi bhinnam, because it is dukkham, napunsakalinga. Adhyatmikadi bhedaihi bhinnam yad dukkham. Tad adhyatmika bheda bhinnam dukkham. Tasya dukkhasya. So here he says adhyatmikadi. Tippanakara says, Adi Padena Adi Bhautikam, Adi Daivikancha. And what are these? Tatra Adhyatmikam. What is Adhyatmikam? Jwaradi Sharirakam. So generally when you say Sharira, you don't think of Sukshma Sharira. You think of Stula Sharira. So Jwara, etc., fever, etc. All the, everything that goes on with the Stula Sharira. Then Adi Bhautikam. Adi Bhautikam is what? Bhutani Adhikritya Utpannam. So Bhutani. So other, other living beings. So Utpannam Dukkham. Like what? Jarayuja, Andaja Ityadi. So there are different categories of born from the womb, born from the egg, etc. So all those kind of bhutas, from them, whatever dukkha comes up to an individual, that is considered Adi Bhautika. It is not related to your Sharira, related to somebody else's Sharira. Then Adi Daivikam. Adi Daivikam. So actually in Adhyatmikam need not be only Sharirikam that comes to mind, but even Manasika Dukkha has to be included there. Adi Daivikam, finally. Adi Daivikam is what? Daivam Adhikrutya. Based on, generally people will say fate, it's fate, but it is all based on the something which you don't see outside in this world, something beyond this. So Daivam Adhikrutya Yadupajayate. What is that? Ativrishti Anavrishti Adhikam. So you don't know, why there is more vrishti, why there is, why winter is so cold, or all of these, So all that is not created by the living beings. Today you can see, global warming or whatever, So Ati Vrishti is due to for some reason. So all that is there. You may be able to see that, okay, some human beings or, all these destruction of the forests has caused this, but behind that, as to for a direct cause for the Varsha, Ati Vrishti, etc., we'll say, Varuna Devata, etc. So we want to please them for lack of Vrishti, so Anavrishti, or when there is more Vrishti, they say to stop the rains, you take 11 names of Arjuna. So I think there's a shloka also for 11 names of Arjuna and the rain stops. So some of these are used. Now, this will be used by the Purva Pakshi. For each of these, there is a solution, right? If there is a Adhyatmika Dukkha, Jwara Adi, you can take Aushadha. You can go to a doctor and treat yourself. Why do you need, Brahmajnana for that? You don't need Brahmajnana for that, to take away this Adhyatmika Dukkha. Adi Bhautika Dukkha also, if you have some Adi Bhautika Dukkha, use some, for example, there is a Sarpa which is giving you trouble, it enters the house. So you have to take care of that Sarpa. Somehow you call someone who catches snakes. So all these have Laukika and Vaidika upayas. Ativrishti, Anavrishti also have upayas. So why do you take these aspects and try to justify that you need Brahmajnana for which you are creating this Grantha? All this is not needed. There are solutions. So this is something that will come up in the Purva Paksha. Going back to the Tika. Idam atra tatparyam. What is the tatparya? Yadyapi dukkham atitam atitatvad na nivartyam. He says, what kind of a dukkha has to be removed? Atita is past dukkha. So atita dukkha meaning that which has gone by. Can you remove which has already gone by? You already suffered. If you have already suffered, what has gone by in the past, you cannot remove. It is already gone. So atitatvad na nivartyam. It is not nivartana yogya. Ya pratyaya can be yogyartha also here. Cannot be removed at all. There is no yogyata. It has already gone by. You have suffered already. Then okay, what about vartamana? Napi vartamanam. Vartamana dukkha also, what? Na nivartyam. Why? Swata eva nivrutte. Dukkha has come up. You suffer for a bit. This too also will pass. What to say? This too shall pass, right? So you are going through a bad phase. There is some dukkha, and as and when you are suffering, the moment is past. So vartamana dukkha also need not be removed. Why? Because swata eva nivrutte. It will go up on its own. It will not stay for a long while or anything. So that is the argument. Purva Pakshi. And another argument is what? What about then the future? Future dukkha. Napi anagatam. Dukkha which comes up in the future. That at least can I remove or not? He says, no, it is not available for you now, right? The future dukkha is not available now for you to remove. How will you remove it? So past dukkha you cannot remove. Present dukkha will anyway pass away. Future dukkha is not available for you to remove. So in what dukkha are we talking about to be removed? There may be swabhavika pravrutti to remove dukkha, but is it really possible? Is it really possible? Is it really needed to be done? So if it is not something uh, which has yogyata to be done, meaning removal of dukkha, or it is going to pass on its own, or which is not available to be removed, being in the future, then where is the adhikari? This is the question. So napi anagatam anupasthitereva, it has not come up at all. Therefore, nivartayitum ashakyatvat. It cannot be removed. Past is gone, future has not come up, Vartamana will pass away. What dukkha is there to be removed? There is dukkha. We are not saying dukkha is not there, but it cannot be removed. Ashakyatvat. Then Siddhanti says, Tathapi anagatam dukkham tad hetu nivartanena shakyam eva hantum. So Siddhanti would say what? Or anyone would agree. Now, this can be an argument in analysis. Oh, it cannot be removed. Oh, future dukkha has not come up. I agree. But, people analyze and plan ahead. If you don't make money, you are sowing seeds for a poor tomorrow, difficult tomorrow. So you make money today. Why? Because you've analyzed, lack of money, lack of resources will give me dukkha. Future dukkha will give me dukkha, not now, not in the past. With past experiences, you learn with these kind of resources. Let's say you are not prepared for the winter, you are not stocked up, so you may not be able to get enough resources then. So stock up. Why all this is planning for avoiding the dukkha by removing the cause for that dukkha, future dukkha. So he says this tad hetu is dukkha hetu nivartanena shakyameva hantum. You cannot say it is impossible to remove future dukkha. You look at the hetu of dukkha, you remove the hetu, dukkha won't come up because of karana lacking. Karya cannot come up. So that may be possible. Ataha sambhavati eva nikhila dukkha nivritti kama adhikari. So adhikari is there. Now you extend it. Some dukkha, future dukkha can be removed by removing its hetu. Some other dukkha which can come up in the future, you can remove by removing its hetu also. So if there are 10 dukkhas possible, you analyze and plan for them and remove the 10 hetus. Now, entire range of dukkhas are possible. You look at the hetu and remove all hetus. What is the problem? It is possible. So, sambhavana is there. Sambhavati eva nikhila dukkha nivritti kamaha. So, kama here, one who desires. So, kama here will have a pratyaya which will be in the kartari sense. Kartari vitpatti. So, one who wants to remove dukkha, and what kind of dukkha? Nikhila dukkha, all dukkha. Sarva prakarasya dukkhasya was said there in the Moola. So sarva prakara dukkha is nikhila dukkha. Khilam na vidyate. So nikhilam. Khilam na vidyate will be akhila. Nikhila would be what? Nirgata. Nirgata, khila. So yasmat. So here that adhikar is possible. Now Purva Pakshi may ask something. So to that, the style is what? Nacha Shankaniyam. You should not, counter this by some other doubt. What is that? Nacha Shankaniyam. What? Ashesha dukkha karana nivruttau sukasya api nivrittehe na dukkha karana nivrittihi purushartha iti. You are saying purushartha. Purushartha, dharma, artha, kama, moksha purushartha. You are focused towards moksha. You in the sense Siddhanti, says the Purva Pakshi. So this Purushartha moksha is atyantika dukkha nivritti. So dukkha has some karana. Now if you remove that karana, ashesha dukkha nivritti, ashesha here, nikhila ashesha, same meaning. So if you remove all dukkhas, how? By removing its karana. That is your argument. You, the Siddhanti, is saying that I'll remove the hetu or karana for all dukkha, and thereby adhikari is possible. Whoever desires this, that kind of an adhikari is possible. If you say that you are going to remove the dukkha karana, ashesha dukkha karana, but if you think if dukkha and Sukha are not split so much that the Karana is completely different from each other. If you remove all Dukkhas, then along with all Dukkhas, if you remove the Karana for all Dukkhas, then that Karana is also cause for some Sukha. Dukkha Karana is not always Karana for Dukkha. It is also Karana for Sukha. So he says, Ashesha Dukkha Karana Nivruttau Sukasya api Nivruttehe. Some Dukkha you remove, Sukha won't go away. But all Dukkha, removal of all Dukkha will mean removing something which has caused lot of experiences. All sorts of experiences. Sukha will also go away. And if Sukha goes away, then who wants that? Your moksha is by lakshana, by definition, atyantika dukkha nivritti. But you are only focusing on that. When you say, I'll remove the karana for all dukkha, you are focused towards that. But you are not seeing that your other aspect of the lakshana is niratishya sukha prapti. That sukha will also go away, right? Then where will you have your purushartha? Entire purushartha will go away. So he says, then sukasyapi nivrittehe na dukkha karana nivritti purushartha iti. Then dukkha karana nivritti is not really purushartha because sukha also goes away. And your sukha prapti is tied up with the moksha definition. So it won't work. Iti nacha shankaniyam. That is the anvaya. Iti nacha shankaniyam. You should not raise such a doubt, says the Siddhanti to the Purva Pakshi. Why? And thereby you won't have an adhikari. That is the idea there. If you don't have purushartha, then what is purushartha? Purushai archyate prarchyate. What is sought after, prayed and sought after by human beings, that is purushartha. So he says this dukkha karana nivritti cannot be purushartha because sukha will also go away. So generally you say little dukkha is okay because you get some sukha. So weather the storm, because after that you'll enjoy the weather that follows. It will cool down. Let's say in summer, storm is there, it will cool down later. So you say, okay, bear the storm. So similarly, you bear the dukkha, you'll get some sukha. You remove all dukkha, sukha will also go away, but you want sukha. To that, the Siddhanti says, why should the Purva Pakshi not raise such a doubt or counter? So, Vishaya dosha darshinam vitaraganam vaishayikam sukham vishaya samprukta annavat dukkha paksha nikshiptam pashyatam vitaraganam atra purushartha buddhi anutpattehe. He says, this Vishaya dosha darshinam, those who tachilina, those who have a vision of what? Seeing dosha in Vishayas. Those who have viveka to see defects in all sorts of objects. They are who what kind of people are they? They are vitaragas. The raga has gone away. Vitaha, ragaha, yebhyaha. Ragas have gone away means they don't have any raga. They don't desire, oh, I want this. They don't choose and choose to experience a particular kind of sukha, etc. Which is that Vaishayikam sukha. Vishayajanya sukha, Vaishayika sukha. So that Vaishayika sukha is not desired by these Vitaragas who are Vishaya dosha darshi. They know that this, it is all Vishaya will appear to give sukha, but it does not give sukha. If Vishaya had sukha, then not only would everyone enjoy that Vishaya, find sukha in that Vishaya, but I will also find, at least I will find sukha in that Vishaya all the time. But it is not so. Even if a common example is what? If you like sweets, let's say you eat some sweet dish, halwa or laddu or something, you can eat only so much at a time. After that, it is distasteful. You say that I don't want anything more. It will drive you nauseatic if you eat more. Why? Because Vishaya does not have sukha. And you like it, someone else doesn't like it. Sometimes it changes on your mood also. No, today I don't want to eat it. Oh, you like it. I made it for you, but I don't like it, he says. So the reason is because Vishaya does not have sukha. Where it comes from, that may be a Vedantic analysis. But Vishaya does not inherently have sukha. Yes, Prasanna ji.
Swamiji, I have one question.
Hmm.
So you said that the if all dukkha karana is removed, then that
Hmm.
also leads to sukha going away. So
Yeah.
is the purushartha definition approach to moksha, is that a problem? The way moksha is defined as you get dharma, then kama, artha kama moksha,
Hmm.
that way of moksha is wrong, and the correct way of moksha is only through knowledge of the self. Is that the
No,
purport
no.
of that?
See, there, not correct way or wrong way. There is no other way. For moksha, there is no other way. In fact, out of the four purusharthas, a person is an adhikari when he knows that there are no four purusharthas. There is only one purushartha. Really, there is only one
So,
purushartha.
dharma, artha, kama are not even, can we say that dharma, artha, kama are not even necessary, but direct moksha through
No, no,
knowledge
that
is
is
possible?
that you can't say that because I said that for an adhikari, one who is a mumukshu, see, it depends on what you desire, right? You can't say that I like something, you also should like something else, that same thing. Desires vary, right? So now dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Now you say that dharma, artha, kama, moksha, no, all four are desirable for a dharmika to begin with. For someone who does not care for dharma, he does not care for dharma, then how can dharma be purushartha at all? Very instinctually, like animals, artha and kama are the purusharthas for them. Artha and kama are purushartha for all living beings. Artha is
But
not
I
only
feel,
money, right?
but I feel that purushartha itself is an imagination because everyone wants to get rid of pain. So that pain is based on merit demerit. Then you can tie merit demerits to
All that is there.
actions.
It's going to come up in the moola. Let's not jump ahead. All this is going to
Okay.
come up here, right? But if stick to the context, what is it? If you remove the dukkha, the cause for dukkha, whatever brought dukkha is adharma. Adharma is by karma, right? So if you will have to remove all that. So if you remove all that, then you will not have karma for sukha also. You will not get dharma also, adrushta. So anyway, going back to your first
Okay.
question, sticking to your question of whether there is a right way or a wrong way, there is only one way for moksha. This is what the grantha is focused towards. Now the dharma, artha, kama, moksha, what you say gradually going towards that. For moksha, there is only jnana. Jnana is the only karana. It will be established again in this grantha over and over again. The question is that whether dharma, following dharma and artha and kama will lead to moksha purushartha also. Kramena, yes. How? Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita that there are only two ways to siddhi, to success, whatever that is. You see, there are only two margas. What is the marga? One is karma marga, the other is jnana marga. There are only two margas. And if you follow through the entire Gita Mula also, even if you have not studied Bhashya, if you have studied Bhashya, it is very clear. Without the Bhashya also, if you do a neutral analysis, you will see that there are no two separate margas. The karma marga leads and paves the path for jnana marga when it becomes karma yoga, not karma but based in dharma. Therefore the gradual process is what? First, you instinctually everyone starts with artha and kama. You try to meet up all sorts of desires, kama purushartha. Artha is planning for the future. Puja Swamiji would call this as, then Swamiji would call this as security, but generally we know it as dhana, so we can say all sorts of dhana. So all sorts of dhana are artha. So this artha again, which includes putra, putri, etc., security in the future, it will bring in the security meaning also. So artha is sought after by animals also. They also want a secure future. Some stock food like squirrels would hide groundnuts and all that. So we see some they birds build a nest. So all this they also, that is also artha. It is not kama only. It is artha. So artha and kama are naturally there. Now, if artha is guided by dharma, and then you use artha for dharma also, then it will reduce the kama. Or, as Bhagavan Krishna said, dharma aviruddho kamo asmi. Dharma aviruddha kama asmi. So this is what will be the kama purushartha there. Not meeting all desires, but dharma aviruddha. Dharma aviruddha, why aviruddha, not dharmika? He said dharma aviruddha, why aviruddha? Because there are some neutral karmas where, it need not be prescribed or prohibited. Like, you like some food, it is not prohibited, you can eat it. You like some food which is not prohibited, you can eat it. Shastra does not say don't do it, and Shastra need not say that you do it. You like something, you eat it. That is all neutral. So neutral is covered there. So dharma aviruddha kama. So you move from, even if anyone moves from, once he uses this as leading dharma, which can be known only from Vedas. Dharma is not something which is known universally. It is known only from Vedas. That is dharma. Because other religions we don't call as dharma. Dharyate iti dharma. So the entire thing is held together by which that is revealed from by Vedas. We don't have the capacity to know that. How can we know? So what is good for me? If that is the thing, then we are driven by raga dvesha. But what is good for me in the long run, which will be the atyantika sukha karaka, that for that Shastra is pramana. So slowly it tells you, it weans you away from the instinctual kamas and brings you to dharmic kamas. Then when this dharmic kamas also, when you understand that by analysis, parikshalokan ityadi, there are mundaka mantras, parikshalokan karmachitan brahmano nirvedam ayat. Once you analyze your experiences, you see that sukha does not stay with you. So this kama, even dharmic kamas, are not leading to sukha, which is nitya. Thereby what? One knows that I have to do it only because, I find myself in this varnashrama. So this is my dharma, swadharma, swadharme nidanam shreyaha, paradharmo bhayavaha. All these, when you understand, then the karma converts itself into karma yoga. And once that karma means without the phala akanksha, when you are doing it only because it is prescribed, not even for Ishwar. Initially, Ishwara Prityartham, but Bhagavan Bhashyakara says not even that. You have to drop that also in the end. But let's say, not that end, but you give up the phala which is generally sought after by people, you give up in that karma, then it becomes karma yoga. You'll get the phala anyway, but you don't desire it. You don't make a sankalpa. It converts into karma yoga, and then it opens up the path via chitta shuddhi to moksha as a purushartha. This is called as purushartha nishchaya. And this purushartha nishchaya alone will make or break the mumukshu. Then alone one will become a mumukshu, where he sees that this purushartha nishya means only one purushartha, moksha. Nothing else is purushartha. So you cannot say that, none of these are purusharthas or all purusharthas bhranti. Everything is a bhranti as per the, from the perspective of the Brahmajnana. But in Vyavaharika Satta, you cannot just say Bhranti and do away with it, because if it is everything, then it will be a Jnani's perspective. But really, when we say Bhranti, then it is selective. And if it is selective, then it won't work. That's why Shastra does hand-holding, saying that these are all valid Purusharthas. It validates your experiences and your desires, and then slowly weans you away from it. So slow path is always good. But somebody who has Purva Janma Samskara can directly go to moksha undoubtedly. But, it is better to be time tested than, tested by time later. Once having, because there is no way back from sannyasa. What I'm talking about is moksha is directly going to sannyasa. Anyway, so coming back to the contest, I hope that answers your question. So let's come back here. So Nacha Shankaniyam, why he says Vishaya dosha darshis who are Vitaragas, they don't seek Vaishayika Sukha. So why don't they seek? Because Vaishayikam Sukham is what? Visha Samprukta Annavat. It is like the anna, like food which is mixed up with poison. Let's say somebody likes, Devadatta likes a lot of sweets, but he knows that there is some poisoning there. Will he eat it? He won't eat it. Even if you desire it, you won't eat it. So he says, for the Vitaragas, the Vaishayika Sukha is mixed up with Visha, because it may immediately seem to give Sukha, but in the long run it will harm, because it has all the doshas. So dukkha paksha nikshiptam pashyatam atra purushartha buddhi anutpattehe. So for them, there won't be, in sukha, there is no vaisheka sukha, there is no purushartha buddhi. So that kama purushartha is not really purushartha for them. Others it may be, for them it is not purushartha at all. Why? Dukkha paksha nikshiptam. Sukha is also dukkha. In fact, Naiyayika will also say, Naiyayikas also say sukha is part of dukkha. Although they categorize it, later they'll say this is also all the vishayas which lead to sukha, indriyas which lead to sukha, all of them are dukkhas. All those dukkhas should go away for moksha, even for a Naiyayika Vaisheshika. So for Vedanta, definitely pashyatam. Pashyatam what? Dukkha paksha nikshiptam pashyatam. Those who are seeing Shatranta, those who are seeing Vitaragas, who are Vishay dosha darshis, and therefore they are seeing what kind of dosha? They are seeing Sukha, Vaisheka Sukha as mixed up with Visha, and they see that as part of Dukkha. For those kind of adhikaris, Pashyatamatra, Purushartha Buddhi Anutpattehe. This, for this Vaisheka Sukha, Kama Purushartha is not a Purushartha. So what if it goes away? With all the dukkha, let the sukha go away. They'll say ishtapatti. I want it to go away. I don't want these anitya sukhas at all. This is their mind. So ataha vaishayika sukha abhilasha pratibandhanam apravruttau api swataha sarva dukkha nivritti kamaha sulabha eva adhikariti. So Siddhanti establishes adhikari is possible. How? Although apravruttau, who vaishayika sukha abhilasha pratibandhanam. So although there is no pravrutti for whom, for the vaishayika sukha abhilasha pratibandha, those who are attached to the desire abhilasha of vaishayika sukha, vishayajanya sukha, their pravrutti may not be there in this grantha, but they are not our target audience. Our adhikaris are not your adhikaris. You are saying that, those who are seek after Vishaya Sukha, they won't, come to you to study your Grantha. Says they are not our adhikari, they are not adhikari at all. They are not our target audience at all. Viveka Janya Vairagya, in Sadhana Chatushta Sampatti, you have Viveka Vairagya Ityadi. So Vairagya is sitting right there. They are not the adhikari. Even if they try, they won't get moksha. If you seek after Vishaya Sukha and want moksha also, they don't go together. Both don't go together. Otherwise, everyone would be an adhikari. Not everyone is really an adhikari. So, vairagya, etc. should be there. So, therefore, swataha sarva dukkha nivritti kamaha. Those who want to do away with all dukkhas, who know that sukha may go away. I don't care. That sukha is also part of dukkha, only for whom they are sulabha eva adhikari. Such an adhikari is easy to find, says the Siddhanti. To this, there is a question now. Nanu adhyatmika dukkhasya adivyadi prasavasya ayurveda adhyatmika dukkhasya adivyadi prasavasya ayurveda vihita upayaihi. Okay. So what we saw, adhyatmika, adibhautika, adidaivika, they have their own solutions. You don't need brahmajnana for that. What you are talking about, you're going to bring up brahmajnana. He knows, Purva Pakshi. He says, all your solutions which give you moksha, you don't need all that. Why do you need to have brahmastra on a, in Kannada there is a saying, gubbi mele brahmastra. So you don't use brahmastra on a sparrow. If sparrow is troubling you, you have a solution. You don't have to destroy the entire world for that. Don't use you don't nuke, so to say. So he says, adhyatmika dukkha, which is what? Adi vyadi. You grow in old age, you have some diseases, or in young age also you have some diseases, some suffering is there, physical issue. All that has what? Ayurveda ityadi. Today you can add more solutions available. Ayurveda vihita upaya. Here in the Shastra context, Ayurveda gives upayas. You treat it. You treat the roga with Ayurveda. You change your lifestyle, exercise, all that you can do. Go for a long walk. All this is possible. And adhibhautika dukkha, what about adhibhautika dukkha? At least that can be taken away. So he says, adhibhautikasya cha shatru vyagradi janitasya. So there is an enemy who is troubling. You stay in a forest area, a tiger comes and takes away your, your cows. all of this, he says, Anvaya Vyatireka Siddha Tattat Sadhanihi. So using Anvaya Vyatireka, co-presence, co-absence. So if there's a sarpa, you keep a mongoose. Mongoose will scare away the sarpa. If rats are troubling you, you keep a cat. Cat can be a solution, or you call someone who catches rats. Otherwise, if you bring in a cat, then what? There's a story about this thing, what brahmachari, what kaupine rakshanartham marjaraha. So it will become a samsara. Somebody brought in a, his kaupina. His kaupina is inner clothes, for a brahmachari. He didn't want to, he wanted to do sadhana. Rats were eating it up. So he said that, okay, I'll, have a cat at home. So cat needed milk. So he says, I need a cow for that. So he brought in. So samsarana goes on. Then to milk the cow, he said that somebody has to do it. I can't do it. So I need to marry. So he married. So from brahmacharya, he became a grahastha. Why? Kaupina rakshanartham marjara. So that nyaya. So he says, no, not that. You can use, there are many upayas. You don't need to give up your sadhana and all that. So here, whatever you are doing, there are many upayas. You use whatever is appropriate to you. So shatru vyagradi janitasya adibhautikasya dukkhasya anvaya vyatireka siddha tattat sadhanaihi. Sadhani what? He will finish the sentence. So anvaya is not clear otherwise. Adidaivikasya cha ativayu ativarshanadi nimittasya shanti paustikadinam nivritte. So nivritte, anvaya will go with everyone. So ayurveda vita upayaihi adhyatmika dukkhasya nivrittehe. अन्वय व्यतिरेक सिद्ध तत्तत् साधनैः आदिभौतिकस्य दुःखस्य निवृत्तेः. And then what? The आदि दैविकस्य शांति पौष्टिकादिना निवृत्तेः. So there are various upayas for various problems. There are many solutions given. So you use Ayurveda Veda solutions to take away adhyatmika dukkha, like Adi Vyadi. For Adi Bhautika dukkha, Shatru Vyagradi Janita. You use Anvaya Vyatireka Siddha. What works for you? You use that. Doesn't work, you give that up, use another sadhana. So what works, you use that. Then Adi Daivika, where Ati Vayu, Ati Varsha. So there, what do you use? For that, there is Nimitta. So you use Shantika, Paustika. There are Vedika rituals for that. If there is no Varsha, you use Kariri Yaga. Kariri Yaga will cause Varsha. So all these are available. Why would you need your grantha for that? Therefore, na dukkha nivritti prakaranasya prayojanam. So your prakarana grantha has no prayojana now. Adhikari, you are saying you have adhikari, but prayojana is not there. Why? Because all of these dukkha nivritti you want, right? Dukkha nivritti can be done by this. Why do you need your grantha to reveal some means, some new means? We already have means. We can take away these dukkhas individually. Therefore, what prakaranasya prayojanam nasti? What prayojana? Dukkha nivritti iti prayojanam nasti. That is not possible. Na sambhavati. Why? Anyata eva siddhe. Anya upaya. Anya upayas. This should be va, not ete. Eta. There's no eta. Eva. Eva siddhe. This should be va. Iti ashankya. Taking this doubt up, Siddhanti says, Atyantika dukkha nivritti lakshana prayojanasya prakarana pratipadya atma vidya vyatirikta sadhanantara asadhyatvam darshayati. Just getting into long samasas. So Mulakara also uses long samasas, and Tikakara also does the same. This is long samasas. He says, you say anya upayas are there, but atyantika dukkha nivritti is what is our prayojana of the grantha. That is not possible by all these upayas. Even if you put together all the upayas for all sorts of dukkha, still atyantika dukkha nivritti is not going to be possible. It will come up again and again and again. It's a never-ending pursuit. You cannot remove dukkhas one at a time or multiple at a time and still get atyantika dukkha nivritti. It will come up again and again and again. If not this, something else. If not today, tomorrow. But it is never going to end. So atyantika dukkha nivritti is the lakshana of our prayojana. Tasya prayojanasya prakarana, this grantha prakarana pratipadya. What is being revealed? Pratipadya, or to be revealed pratipadya. What is that? Atma vidya. Atma vidya alone will treat all the diseases, all the dukkhas, rather not diseases, all the dukkhas. Samsara roga basically, and which is the cause for all dukkhas. So Atma Vidya Vyatirikta, other than Atma Vidya, some other sadhanantara. Anyat sadhanam sadhanantaram. So some Atma Vidya is one sadhana. If you think, then Vyatirikta sadhana. Other than that, there are other sadhanas, one or more. Asadhyatvam. He says by another sadhana, another meaning what? Other than what? Other than Atma Vidya, which is going to be revealed Pratipadya by Prakarana or in Prakarana, that is not going to be possible. Asadhyatvam darshayati. Shows Bhagavan Sureshwaracharya. How? Dukkhasya cha ityadina. Until when he'll show Ashesha Purushartha Parisamapti Ityantena Granthena. So the entire introductory text, Ashesha Purushartha Parisamapti. So Dukkhasya cha ityadina. In Moola, Dukkhasya cha देह उपादान एक हेतुत्वात् देह उपादान एक हेतुत्वात् देहस्य च पूर्व उपचित धर्म अधर्म मूलत्वात् अनुच्छित्तिः. So दुःखस्य अनुच्छित्तिः, that is the अन्वय. दुःखस्य च अनुच्छित्तिः. Dukkha cannot be uprooted at all. Complete dukkha cannot be uprooted. Why? He says deha upadana eka hetutva. Dukkha is what? Dukkha is based on, so this is root cause analysis. Dukkha has to be done away with. This desire is natural for all living beings. So, pravrutti in sadhana to remove all dukkhas is also naturally there in all jivas. That was established earlier. Therefore, adhikari is there, that has been established. Now, prayojana is being established. Is dukkha will go away by other means? No. Why? Dukkhasya cha deha upadana eka hetutvat. Deha, dehasya upadana. Here in Tikakara takes it as Shashti. So you have to take it that way. Otherwise, Karmadhara would also work. Deha eva upadana. But here we say dehasya upadana. Upadana can be as grahana meaning. So Tikakara is going to say aham mama graha. What is upadana? Aham graha, mahangraha. Meaning ahankara and mamakara. This is me. I am this much only and this is mine. This is what is dehasya upadana. So this deha is me, deha is mine. This kind of a thinking is eka. Alone is the hetu for which. So dehasya upadanam, deha upadanam, tadeva hetuhu eka, tadeva, or with vidhe pradhanya you can use pullinga, saha eva hetuhu, deha upadanam ekaha hetuhu, yasya dukkhasya, tad dukkham deha upadanaka danaika hetuhu. Or hetum, it will become hetum with Bauri. Hetum, because dukkha is napunsaka, and tasya bhava tatvam. Tasmat. So, because dukkha has its basis in ahankara and mamakara of with the deha, meaning taking up deha, being born with a deha, being connected with tadatmya sambandha, this is me. That kind of a sambandha taking place with ahankara and mamakara, that is the cause for dukkha. If we don't think of this deha as ourselves, not think, if we don't have this ahankara, mamakara with this deha, then this deha dukkha will not be my dukkha. It is because I associate with this deha as my deha. Somebody else's deha, you have nothing to do with that person. You have no gauna connection also. That person suffers. You don't suffer. There may be, some, you may shed some tears for the person. You may feel some, sad. You may feel sad, but you are not suffering the way he is suffering or she is suffering. So with this deha, you suffer more because you have ahankara, mamakara here. So as long as that is there, dukkha won't go away. So how do you take that away? Let's take that away. So Purva Pakshi mein, let's take that away. How can you take that away? You see, he'll say what? Deha, it will die someday, right? You are not going to live forever. But 100 years. 100 years you may stay. So more or less. So 100 years after that, that dukkha will go away. Why do you need, jnana as a solution for that? Deha will go away on its own. Dukkha will also go away. Naturally. You don't need a solution for it. It's not a problem at all. So to that Siddhanta says, dehasya cha purva upachita dharma adharma moolatvat. Deha will keep on coming up as long as dharma adharma is adrushta, punya and papa. As long as punya and papa are there for the jiva, that jiva will keep on taking all sorts of dehas. and all sorts of dukkhas will accrue. So you can't do away with the dukkha by wishing the deha away. Deha will come up again. You give up this deha, some other deha will come up. Therefore, dharma adharma are the moola for deha. And therefore, dukkhasya dehasya anuchittihi. Therefore, dukkhasya cha anuchitti. Further in the tika, just we'll flip the page. So dukkasya cha ityajna. Dehasya karya karana sangata lakshanasya. What is deha? Deha is karya karana sangata. It is put together. Karya and karana are put together. Stula deha, karanas or karanas, indriyas, they are all put together. Tasya upadanam. Dehasya upadanam. Deha is what? Karya karana sangata lakshana. That is the characteristic of the deha. It has karya deha, sharira, stula sharira, and karana. Karana can be ajnana also, but here karana is in sense of karanas, sukshma sharira. So this sangata is put together. That is upadanam. What is upadanam? Aham mama grahaha. Aham mama graha saha eva ekaha mukhyaha hetu. Eka means what? Eka, he says, eka means mukhya. There may be other small hetus you may see, but real hetu is one mukhya hetu. What is that? Aham graha mama graha. Unto this deha. That alone is hetu. Yasya. Yasya dukkhasya. Tad dukkham. That dukkha is what? Deha upadaneka eka hetuhu. Here he has given hetuhu. Dukkham. Hetum also is okay. You expect it to be hetum. In Bahuri, you can convert the linga there of the entire samasa. So, deha upadaneka hetum or hetu. Tasya bhavaha. Tattvam. Tattvam means deha upadaneka hetutvam. And tasmad is what? Deha upadaneka hetutvat. Because dukkha is based in deha having ahankara mamakara as a mukhya hetu. Therefore, dukkhasya anuchittihi iti. So, na. Dukkhasya uchiti na. Anuchiti, there is no uchiti possible. There is no uprooting of dukkha possible. You cannot wish it away. Iti vakshamanena sambandha. And this will continue again through and through the sentences, because at each stage he'll say this is the karana for dukkha. In the end, for dukkha, deha upadana is the hetu. For deha upadana, dharma adharma, moola. For dharma adharma, again karma. So with each this, therefore what? Dukkhasya na anuchittihi, dukkhasya na uchittihi, or dukkhasya anuchittihi. This will keep on going in all segments of analysis in the moola. Okay, so we'll see further in the next patha. I'll mark it here so that I don't have to search in the next patha. यत् साक्षात् सच्चिदानंदं प्रत्यगद्वयम् अक्रियं तन्नमामि नृसिंहस्य योगी गम्यं परम पदम्. Namaste. Any questions? I'll see
This
you in the next
question I
part.
should have asked last time, but again, can you repeat the Tannamami Nrisimhasya? Nrisimhasya refers to
Narsimha
Bhagavan.
Devata. Narsimha Devata.
Okay.
Narsimhasya Padam, right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Ishta Devata maybe. So I said Ishta Devata, or it can be some Guru also. But here generally it is just said Narsimhasya. So we can take it as Devata, Ishta Devata. Or
Okay.
Ishta Devasana also. Okay. Namaste. Dhanyavada.
Thank you. Jai Guru.
Thank you, Swamiji.